And now, News 13 Sports with Frank Gambino.
And good evening from Seattle. It is March Madness here in the Pacific Northwest, and the Wyoming Cowboys in the NCAA tournament for the first time in a long time. They're going to take on Northern Iowa on Friday morning. The Cowboys had a remarkable run through the Mountain West Conference tournament, beating San Diego State in that championship game just to get to this point. And Northern Iowa is a team that won 30 games and lost 3. So that's the challenge for the Pokes on Friday. Are they good enough to beat the Panthers?
AW really has taken it on the chin from Gillette in the last 2 regular season meetings, and there wasn't much difference tonight. Over to the Harry Geldine Stadium we go. A beautiful night for football. Gillette will be in the white uniforms. They came out sharp. Quarterback Dalton Holst will throw a strike to Lane Barber, and Barber with some great individual efforts here inside the 5-yard line to bore his way into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Campbells led 7-0. And the Cowgirls prevailed over Ohio State 25-23, 20-25, 25-19, and 25-23. Wow, what a match. That's the first time the Cowgirls have beaten a ranked team in 13 years, and UW back in action tomorrow morning, and they'll take on South Dakota.
That's a nice how do you
That is a really huge win. Good job.
351 men's college teams start the season. 68 are invited to the NCAA tournament. Sometimes when you make it to the big dance, it is a short dance, as the Wyoming Cowboys found out today. Larry Nance Jr. had 1 point in the first half. He took 1 shot, and then he went wild in the second half. He goes in for this dunk. He literally put the team on his back in that second half. He had 10 points in a row for the Cowboys as they went on a 14-0 run, and it lit the place up. I mean, it was electric inside there. You know, the big picture here is that even though it was a disappointing loss today to Northern Iowa, the season has been very, very good. This program is light years away from where it was 6 years ago. Larry Shiat's done an excellent job to make this program competitive, and everyone seemed to enjoy the experience here at the NCAA tournament, except for the end result today. For us, it's time to pack the wagons and go home. Live from Seattle, I'm Frank Gambino, News 13 Sports. Let's go back to Wendy in the studio. In the first round, there were a lot of one-sided games today, and that's not unusual for the first round, but we have a long way to go. Now, earlier today was the consolation round, with teams with that one last chance to try to stay in town.
Johnny Gomes for Atlanta at the plate, and he's going to take this Jorge De La Rosa pitch to left field. That's a home run to make it 2-1, and it was getting better for the Braves and worse for the Rockies. Adonis Garcia next will tag De La Rosa for a gopher ball to center field for another home run. The dreadful season for the Rockies is getting worse as they lose for the 13th time in the last 16 games, beaten by Atlanta tonight 5-3. Back to football on the professional level. Some really bad news for the Green Bay Packers. They're going to lose star receiver Jordy Nelson for the season after he tore his ACL in that preseason game against Pittsburgh over the weekend. Nelson barely was touched on the play, and his knee just gave out. Last season, Nelson caught 98 passes for 1,519 yards and 13 touchdowns. Since 2013, he ranks 3rd among receivers with 183 catches for 2,833 yards and 21 TDs. Nelson is a big-time player. This is a major blow for a team that was expected to contend for a Super Bowl this coming season. Whether the Packers survive this deal remains to be seen.